Message to the president. The industry for truckers is dying. It is getting sucked dry by these soulless corporations and lobbyists, and it's got to change. There has got to be a change. There got to be a minimum freight cost of $4 a mile. There has got to be a minimum driver wage of $1 a mile, because all these companies, you can't haul freight for $2.38 a mile when it costs $2.25 to maintain the equipment and get the stuff moved. That leaves nothing for the drivers and the people at the office and the people involved. That's nothing. Brokers should be capped at 3 to 5%. You know, the people that make this stuff work are the truck drivers and the carriers. And they need to take home the biggest piece of the pie. You know, this is ridiculous. And it's caused safety issues across the board. Everybody's got to cut corners, they got to go above and beyond what they can do safely just to try and make it to get ahead, and still not get ahead. These companies are having to borrow and go into debt, hoping to God for a miracle. And we need a miracle. We need a government that's going to look at this and say, listen, these corporations aren't going to step in and do it. They're not going to do the right thing. We got to do what's right for the people, for the hardworking people of America. Or the trucking industry is just going to come to a halt, because nobody's going to be able to do it. It can't keep going on like this. You know, it can't. And I know that $4 a mile, you're going to have to cut the fat somewhere, but guess what's going to happen? Some companies are going to cut the fat at the top. They're going to take away all this money for the CEOs, all these bonuses they're making for robbing people, you know, because as much as they can steal from somebody, that's how they get their bonuses. That by expanding the profit on the bottom line, making it grow, by cutting the throats of all the people involved. Well, what's going to happen is these companies are either going to raise their prices on their product, and other companies are going to cut the fat at the top and start giving people what they're worth instead of what they've stolen. And some companies' prices are going to stay the same, and some companies' prices are going to skyrocket. Guess what? The consumer is going to look at that and go buy the fairly priced freight, where the people made the right decision for the company and for the people involved, all the people involved, not just the shareholders and the profit people and all that. So, like I say, I'm just a truck driver.